Hello, everyone! It has been a while since we last saw your lovely faces in the chat and in the viewer stream. Once again, Shards of Anarion returns after a bit of a hiatus. Real life has once again reared its vicious, ugly head, but we return and persevere as all adventurers do. My name is Graham, or Graham Crackers if this is your first time tuning to the channel. Here at Graham Crackers, we are all about making memories with friends, whether those are through TTRPGs, RPGs, or MMORPGs. It's all about the time you get to spend with the people you love. And tonight, I am... Yes.
The layout is not laid out.
I am playing Sinra today.
It changed.
I saw I was in the right place and you, Graham, were in the right place, and then I saw that
There we go.
he was playing
There we
Brodus
go.
and was like, oh, that's not
There
right.
we go. I
We're
fixed
doing it
it. Look at that, almost like it's magic. But, you know, I guess that ruins my chance of having you all play each other's characters. But, thwarted again.
I mean, good luck. Good luck playing Brodus.
But, once more, I am joined by these lovely friends and these lovely faces on the internet as we resume Shards of Anarion. Now, for those of you first tuning in, every session, I give my players 3 prompts because I want to know the important things about each one of them. So for today, I want to know who are they? Who are they playing? Both their class and their character name. And the last question is always a grab. Sometimes chat asks it, sometimes I do. But today's question is, what is one NPC that you have met or haven't met that you are looking forward to seeing in the upcoming sessions this season? I guess my backup question is, does everybody remember the order in which you go?
Me! Me, I go. I am Vinny. I play Zadar, and he is a blue. He's a blue guy. Red's the wrong color. He's a blue dragon-born beast heart. There's a custom class from MCDM. He's got a mimic companion, and it's funny. Turns into items and stuff. And NPC I'm interested in is the Efreet, the Efreet that came out of the bottle that is still here, presumably, because they're around for an hour at a time. So let's have a relationship with that person. Okay, bye.
All right, then. That's tough to follow. So I'm Fox. We're TTRPG Fox. I play Brodus. Your dwarven everything. There's a version of Brodus in every class. This one's a barbarian, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Great. And the person NPC that he wants to see / have you all meet is his love interest Robin back in town. That's it.
Yeah. All right. I believe that is me then. Hi, I am Izzy, aka Ladylike. I will be playing Zosh, the cleric sorcerer that has just one very simple goal, and that is to become a god. You know, just very easy going. The NPC that I'm most looking forward to appearing is the Watcher, which is the thing that now has Zosh's face that is just sort of roaming about the lands, and can't wait to see where that goes.
All right. Well, I am Aramis, aka Jordan. I'm playing Joachim Tarvich, the Azamar sorcerer. And yeah, I think an hopefully upcoming NPC that I'm looking forward to interacting with is Mayor Wittershims, who we have hopefully saved in this timeline. We'll see.
Ooh, all good NPCs. I'm excited to see each one of them. But, hello again, my name's Graham. I'm DMing tonight, as I DM most nights. So I play everyone else. But, special shout out, I am also playing Syndra Starmane, the Leonin Paladin, the queen of the Leonin people. I don't remember all the titles, but our player Pharaoh absolutely would remember all the titles, but I'm not going to. But I'm also playing them. But without further ado, every session I give my players an option, and that is one of them can tell the recap of the previous session, and they will get a 1d6 to use at the end result of a roll at some point during the night, or I can give the recap and get the 1d6 to use either for ill or for better, in the party's interest, depending on how things go. Because we have had several weeks off, I am going to magnanimously not take the 1d6, but I will do the recap. So, where last we left our heroes had been cavorted and kidnapped to the good old festival. You know, I want a music change. If I'm going to give a recap that's sinister, I need a music change that's not relaxing. Okay, I can go to this. Our party had been kidnapped to a festival most sinister and most fey-like. A festival and carnival of all sorts of desires in which people are encouraged to bet their soul and barter for all sorts of trinkets, magical and otherwise, and even magical effects, ranging from a wide array such as de-aging to having a new face, a new identity, being the person you always wanted to be. Our party, having been brought to this festival from their Eladrin companion, after being informed of it being the last memory he recalled prior to being controlled by this inky black substance that his companions and himself, when they first encountered the party, had been controlled by, our party sought out Mortimer, the centaur ringmaster of the carnival itself, but were forced to partake in many games in order to retrieve 5 tokens to meet the ringmaster. Once they were brought to the main tent, they encountered Mortimer, and a fight quickly ensued. With the assistance of some allies, our party were able to successfully battle the centaur, fighting in this ring tent before making this way to an extra-dimensional existence. A world about to end where the sky was blackened and tendrils of that black nothingness reached out. At the last moment, our party's benefactor, a entity of godlike proportions, emerged and was attacked, saving the life of one of the party members, but sustaining grievous wounds in the process. The party were able to put a stop to the ritual Mortimer was attempting. However, not everything was as it seems. And while they were successful, they reappeared on the material plane in the festival, now having saved and freed the souls that were controlled by the Darkthorn Festival. Our party gathered eating some owlbear burnt ribs, now unenchanted, and kind of were given a moment to reconnect with any of the NPCs and any of the individuals they had met during the festival. And I think that's where we're going to pick up, is I'm going to give you all a chance to, if you want to have a specific scene in mind with any NPCs you interacted with, now would be the moment. So think of who you'd like to interact with, and I will start with whichever one of you wants to go first. I think I'm going to start with Zosh, because I have a very particular scene.
Oh boy.
So, Zosh. You see the crumpled form of a ogre. Grizzled, the carnival worker, who your party had spared in the fight with Mortimer, is lying down. He's kind of propped up against a wooden beam of like a sign that says like the Dark Thorn Carnival, and it's kind of been like bent over and like shattered halfway. Like someone just kind of punched it real hard. He's sitting there. He looks a little bruised, a little bloodied, but not on death's door by any reach of the imagination. And he looks at you from across the caravan. And, you know, you have been receiving hugs and handshakes from all sorts of different, both workers from the carnival, as well as, you know, people that were trapped and, you know, didn't want to gamble. But he offers you a wave and he just goes, hey, you know, if anyone could have done it, I knew you could.
Good to see you, friend.
Well, likewise, you know, apologize to your dwarven friend. I think I hit him once, kind of felt bad about that. But couldn't really, control my hands.
I'm sure he'll understand, and he's a lot tougher than he looks. I'm sure I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was like punching leather. I don't know if you've ever punched leather, but, you know, real tough. So, I mean, he's made of sturdy stuff. So what's next for you? You know where you're gonna go now that, well, you can go anywhere, I suppose.
That is a very good question. My friends and I, we came here with a original goal and got hopelessly lost. But I think back on the track is probably where we will be headed. And what of you?
Well, I haven't given it a lot of thought. You know, didn't think I was ever going to be leaving. So, not really sure where I'm going to go. It's been a long time since I've been anywhere that wasn't here. But who knows? Maybe I'll go somewhere with a beach. A nice little hill, some palm trees, the sound of nothing but seagulls and laughter as people run along the beachfront. That could be nice.
Sounds lovely.
And you know what? Once I get a place there, you're welcome anytime.
It would be my honor.
I don't have a lot to offer you and your friends, but, you know, I do have some gold, saved up.
I'll have none of it. Keep it for yourself.
kind of rises to his feet. He offers a big ogre hand to you in a handshake.
Very, very small in comparison hand.
I'm sure this isn't going to be the last I see of all of you, but be careful out there. The carnival was a dangerous place, but I mean, there are far more dangerous things in this world than, well, this.
I hope it is not the last we see each other.
Oh, I bet we'll see each other. You know, life has that funny way of making sure lines intercross every now and then.
As far as the danger, I'm afraid we are a bit too far into that to turn back, but I'm sure we can see it through.
Well, if anyone can see it through, it's all of you. You know, you're a formidable group.
Thank you.
And, well, I'm not one for teary goodbyes, so I guess I'll be heading out first. That dusty road is calling me.
May you enjoy it.
May the sun always set on your back, and may the road always lead to brighter pastures. It has been an honor meeting you, Zosh. And I'm sure we'll meet again.
I look forward to it.
And he kind of releases your hand and sets off down the dirt road leading away. There's like a few lit lampposts. It's about evening, but for an ogre, you know, there's not much on the road that's going to be threatening him.
Very true.
And he sets off. You see a older woman and a few carnival workers kind of join. One of them was the bartender you could see that was serving drinks outside the little tavern area, and two of the individuals were individuals you didn't necessarily interact with and you don't really recognize, but may have been running some of the carnival entertainment. And they just kind of follow him. And we'll move on to the next. Who would like to go next?
Sure, why not?
Sure, bro. Does
I didn't do much at this carnival besides eat and drink.
You know, that's true. Eat, drink, and climb stairs. Hey, you did win a game, though. You did win a game. You don't get to
I did win ring toss.
You did win ring toss. Is there any NPC or any of your allies you'd like to take a moment to talk to?
I figured I'd sit down with Sinra and Sinra is and has always been, but is the leader of this group, and just want to sit down and be like, okay, if this is how things are gonna go, I guess I'm glad you guys are by my side.
You see Sinra's tail kind of flicker. You can never tell if it's irritably or if it is, you know, just a reaction to the noise. But she turns to you and goes, "You were not too bad in that fight yourself."
Yeah, I can do pretty well, yeah.
It was good to see you not hiding in the back.
Why would someone like me hide in the back?
you usually would sing songs or cast spells.
Yes. Yes. The other me. Got it. Yeah. What a character.
He was not so
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, from what you tell me, you know, it seemed like he may have gotten you into a little bit of trouble. Just a little.
It was nothing we couldn't get out of.
So, where do we head next?
I suppose Oakledge? But perhaps we should discuss that as a group.
Sure. I'll head on over to the rest of the group. Sit down.
Rue, the halfling cleric, kind of dumps some food in front of you. And a good berry on top.
No. I've eaten my fill.
Oh, I know! This was for the road!
Oh, yeah. And just like essentially tries to bag it up in whatever he can find to
in your
put in his
haversack, just
pack.
shove it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy enough to do.
This is what they call a doggy bag, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a backpack, but, I mean, whatever you want to call it, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, great, yeah. Enjoy having your friend back. Glad he's alive, doing well. You know, not dead.
Yeah, that is definitely a benefit.
Yeah.
But it's been good, you know, helping yous fight a centaur. That was kind of fun. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll be catching you maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll be catching you.
We're just like finger guns and just like backs away. It's just like yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll just say for convenience, you know, the rest of the party, this would be after you have your conversations if you have any. But you're all kind of reconvened at a table, I assume. Still getting a bunch of like shoulder pats and handshakes.
Well, group. That was fun. Exciting. What now? I mean, like, what do we have to do now to prevent what happened before?
This is after we've all this.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Mhm.
okay. Well, we have to go back to the city and make sure what's her face does not get killed. Lady Withershins.
But if you said that I killed her, then you know that's pretty cleared up, right? Because I'm here.
Did we say you killed her?
Yeah, I do not remember saying that at any point.
You were framed for it.
Ah. Framed. Okay. Sounds
Or maybe
good.
you did do it. We didn't really
Hey,
solve it before.
The way you're acting is
I
makes it seem like you did.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Joachim's eyes narrow and slow pan to the rest of the party because he wasn't even told Brodus was framed for this.
I believe Sinra talked to me
Yes.
about it.
Yeah, Sinra did say that you were framed and then someone tried to kill you when you were in prison.
Yes, well, we, like I said, we never actually did finish solving the mystery, so it is possible you did, or the other version of you did kill her, but...
Well, you did say at some point that you found Fey magic used on the thing that killed her. And Joachim just gestures around him.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So that problem may have been solved, but we should really go check. Because I believe, and it has been a very long time, that we were told the catalyst for the destruction of our entire reality was the murder.
Interesting.
Yes. So, off to the city soon. Probably not right this second. I think we can enjoy a night.
Think we have earned that, yes.
Mhm.
And perhaps before we... Sorry, tired. Before we get off, we should maybe look around, see if any of the prizes remain. Lest they fall into worse hands, and in case we have to clean this up in other mirrors. Something like
That's not a bad idea. Graham, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's the question?
Basically ran through a tree to get in here.
Yep.
How do we get out of here?
I'm so glad you asked. After the death of Mortimer, around the carnival, you would see two dirt paths. One that leads to what you can suppose is the north, which was kind of the direction you were traveling. The other one that's leading to the south, and then a little ways down the south, it branches out to the east and west, and then also on the north side it branches out to the east and west about 800, 900 feet. You can see lamp posts have been kind of set up in the woods and are kind of illuminating, and around that fork you do see a wooden sign. You would recognize this, Brodus, as this is how the road is, how you remember it when there isn't Fey tamperings. As you recall, before you were waylaid, you were looking for a fork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It looks to be that you have kind of arrived at that destination, or at that landmark at the very least.
Perfect.
Yeah. But where the carnival is, this used to be trees, and it looks like it's been kind of like cut out, and this was kind of placed.
Problem solved. All right. I agree with Joachim. Let's loot the place.
I figured you would.
I guess we're going looting.
Okay.
Going looting.
Roll a... let's say roll an investigation check. Everyone that is going to loot, and I will tell you what you find.
Yippee.
Oh.
Oh, not yippee, actually.
Oh.
Can I have Vithari do my investigation check instead?
Sure.
They're better at it.
I mean, they're also a mimic, so, I mean, they're probably attracted to loot, honestly, from a predatory standpoint. Yeah. Did you roll in that one?
Graham, what does the 2 + 0 get me?
A whole lot of burnt ends.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Hey!
Also got an nat 20.
Hey!
Oh no, I was making a joke, but good.
I
got
it. Like Bros is just sitting here, like, hey, I found this, and it's a shoe that someone left behind. Just nothing important.
Good job.
Let's see. All right. So we'll start with the easiest one. Brodus with a 2. You find a freshly cleaned tunic and a pair of pants. They are of traveling quality, I will say that.
Do I believe, or like, being that I know that we are looking for magical items, with how bad I did, would I even know whether or not this tunic and pants would feel magical or not?
I would say, unless you have a way to detect magic, there is no way that you would know just from looks. But they look of decent quality, and the touch of the fabric feels real magical.
Great. Awesome.
You know, I'll add one additional thing that you find. You do find a pair of sandals.
Perfect.
New outfit.
But then, let's see, we had a 17 from Vithari. Ramus, what did you get?
I was gonna ask, could I apply guidance to this?
Sure.
That's good. Okay. And I got a 22 total.
Okay. And so 17, 22, and what is with your investigation modifier, Zosh?
That's just a 20.
Just a nat 20, okay.
Just
All
a
right,
nat 20.
so we'll start with Vithari. Vithari kind of sets out with you in tow, Sidar, kind of leading you through some of the tents, some of the carnival workers, like, kind of abandoned at this point, shelters, which are really just like wagons that have been folded out. They're like the, I don't know the term for it, like the carnival wagons that have, you know, like a changing room.
The
Or like a
stagecoach?
trailer, like a medieval trailer.
Stagecoach?
Stagecoach. Yes. They are able to find 200 gold pieces
Sick.
and a wand.
Ooh, what's the wand do?
I don't know. You could take an hour to identify it, but I will tell you it's a wand of secrets.
I demand that the Ifriti following me around.
Oh, yes, I should have
Identify
probably...
them.
Was that who you were going to chat with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
do
figured
you
we would
want
do
to have
while I
that
was
scene
looking for
now?
stuff. Sure.
Yeah, let's change the music up as this red Ifriti who has been cross-armed just floating behind you, just speaks and he goes, "What more do you acquire of Salazar the Magnanimous?"
Hold on a second. Salazar the Magnanimous. Your master's command is to tell me what this does. And Zed's like holding up this wand. Just like wiggling.
Ha! That puny wand, if you could call it a wand, reeks of the material plane. Salazar can tell you what this trinket does with a mere wisp of his hand. That is a wand of secrets. A paltry magic item. Surely not one you would find on the plane of fire.
Great.
Is there
Thank you.
anything else you require of Salazar the Magnanimous?
So I will admit my ignorance in this respect. I won this wonderful bottle, or someone else did and gave it to me. After opening the stopper, you come out, and then what? I had assumed, I'd heard stories that I was to be rewarded with wishes.
You
But that does not
may
seem to have been the case.
pose a wish to Salazar, but if you are wishing anything other than your legs remain attached to yourself...
Well, if I were to wish them away, would they be replaced? Would I be able to fly like you're doing?
That question catches him off guard for a second. as he kind of like thinks about it, he's like, could I do that? And there is a clearly perplexed look as they're like, what are the limits of what I could do? And they kind of look you up and down, like they look at the tail, they look at the legs, and they kind of just, Let Salazar the Magnanimous ponder on this.
Fair enough. But I am curious, so are you going to wind up going back into the bottle? Are you tied to the bottle for all of eternity? Are you forever my servant while I'm in possession of the bottle? How does it work?
That is a great question. So, I believe that the item is that it's consumable, so they serve you... So we rolled the first time you opened it.
Yeah, so I rolled like the one that happens most of the time.
The 11 through 90. Yeah. Salazar kind of shrugs and just goes, I will return to the bottle in 32 minutes.
Is he wearing a watch?
I don't know yet. I guess so. Maybe he's got like a Rolex watch. You know, why not?
Yeah, that sounds like something.
He just goes, you can open it. You won't be able to summon me for another 24 hours. Salazar the Magnanimous requires his beauty sleep. You may open the bottle 2 more times to summon my help. But no more than 2 more times, or I shall leave.
How is it that you came to be trapped in this bottle?
Salazar the Magnanimous was not trapped in this bottle. This bottle was trapped with Salazar the Magnanimous.
Indeed.
But surely Salazar the Magnanimous shall return to the plane of fire from whence he came and restore himself to his rightful glory as soon as the bargain is done.
Now, I would be happy, of course, to satisfy the conditions required for you to return to your home plane. I would be happy to do it in as expedited a fashion as imaginable. Which is to say, tomorrow I open the bottle again, and then the day after I open the bottle for the 3rd time, and then you are able to return home. I would love to do that for you. But for me, I wonder, what can you provide?
Roll a persuasion check.
How do I roll anything, anywhere? I got 7.
7. Do you want to use a chat inspiration or a chat crit?
No. But I will add, I guess Zed will add. So he'll say all that, and he'll say, knowing that the alternative, if your answer is nothing, then I see no reason to open the bottle ever again. In fact, I see no reason that I shouldn't travel to the nearest ocean and just toss it in.
Do you want to roll an intimidation? That seems like a pretty big intimidation check.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll say make it with advantage.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty solid threat.
I got 12.
12. There is a cruel smile that spreads across the lips of this Ifrit. Almost, it is respectful. It is like game seeing game. He's like, Salazar the Magnanimous has much wealth stored within his lamp. Should you free me from the confines, I shall lavish thee with wealth and trinkets that you material plane denizens worship. And I shall not hew your legs from your puny torso.
That's good. Some proof of this supposed treasure would be appreciated.
When you
Perhaps
next summon me, I will bring a trinket with me.
Well, perhaps a small token. I noticed your fine timekeeping device.
Ah, yes. This is from the city of Brass. A rare and unique item.
Certainly seems so. I would gladly accept that as payment for opening the bottle again tomorrow.
He will take off his watch and he will give it to you.
Sick. Slap the shit
Professional scammer here.
Damn. Salazar the Magnanimous looks forward to the next time you summon him. He goes to like check his watch to count down the minutes and realizes he just handed it to you and just kind of like stares up at the sky. He's like, gotta count down the minutes.
Wonderful. Yes, in the meantime, please, do whatever you would like. Be free, run off. I have no more need of you for the next 30 minutes.
Salazar gives you a
Truly.
nod and then just starts whips out his scimitar and starts chasing people. Isn't he attacking them? He's just like, fear Salazar the Magnanimous in the wealth of his quality performance. Ah! Like, you just see a family of gnomes
fun.
just screaming in abject terror.
He's having a great time. Just stretching his, well... Anyway. Good. Super duper investigation check. Thank you.
Alright. Zosh, with a 20. You roll me a D100.
Yippee, a D100. I can do things, can't I? I know how to use. 94.
A 94. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I did not anticipate this.
Oh, this is my favorite kind of interaction.
Quick, roleplay amongst yourselves while I figure out how to do this.
How do we stop that Afriti? Scaring everyone.
Alright, okay. So, as you're searching Zosh, you come across a blade. It is a red blade, like the color of blood. It is a long sword, or at least it looks like you can have like hand and a half. It's a very versatile blade, but the blade itself is like the two-pronged tongue of like a serpent, but it's that bright red. Within its hilt is this blackened onyx that has two red gems embedded in it, like eyes. And the hilt itself is this circular riveted black obsidian.
Zadar, would it be possible to borrow your freety to figure out what this blade is?
Salazar!
What is it
Help
you
my friend.
require of Salazar the Magnanimous?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
use the
he'll-
whole speech. Just
He looks at the sword, waves his hand, and he goes, "Ah, a mighty trinket from the material plane. This is a paltry blade named Nepenthe. It is of some sentience. But do not ask Salazar the Magnanimous more. He is tired from these whims and games."
Thank you. Salazar, the blade is sentient? Hello, blade?
What languages do you speak?
Oh, wondrous question. What languages do? Common, Elvish, Draconic, and Celestial.
Okay.
If none of those work,
All right. So,
Yeah.
you pick up the blade. I'm assuming.
yeah.
And you get a sense that the blade kind of, not that the blade is not suited for you or that you couldn't wield it, but the magic in the blade feels foreign to you. Like it could not, like you could not attune to it. But let's change our music real quick. But as you touch the blade, you feel your lips move as a voice that is not your own speaks through yours. "Ah, so another thinks to wield me. I am Nepenthe, the beheader. I am a seeker of justice. I hunger to bring law and order to this irredeemable and corrupt world. Is there any who can wield me in pursuit of justice?"
Sinra, I believe this blade might be up your alley. You would like to try it?
Sinra looks at the blade and like looks at the Holy Avenger that they received like an hour ago, and just goes,
Probably not. Probably not.
"Why not hold on to it for now?"
Sure.
And you feel your lips move again, Zosh, as the blade only speaks in Elvish.
Oh, cool.
And it says, "If you cannot wield me, find one who can." Justice must be maintained.
Huh. Understood. Do you require somebody specific? How specific does this person have to be?
I demand to be wielded by a purveyor of justice, a paladin.
Well, I will try my best to find you a paladin then.
The sword, like, saying all this out loud through
Zosh's mouth is moving, and this feminine voice is rolling out of Zosh's lips.
So Zasha's standing over there having a conversation with himself.
Yeah. You can see this happening. Like,
Fully in Elvish?
oh, it's all in Elvish.
Fully in Elvish. Great.
Cool.
Huh.
Zash,
Yes.
just a suggestion. Maybe put the sword down.
Just gonna very gently put it on the ground and back away.
Great.
I don't want to deal with this because I do not. It clearly does not want me. It clearly wants nothing to do with me, and that's fine. I respect that, but also, something with the nickname the Beheader should not just be left around. That sounds like a bad idea.
Oh, in the whole, this corrupt world must be cleansed thing doesn't exactly bode well.
It seems to have a very black and white definition of law and order.
I'm sure someone will give it a wonderful home and love it very much. Then maybe we'll find that person in the city. In the meantime, I suppose, Bethari could carry it. I can't imagine. Bethari can't really make hands that work good.
Yeah, perhaps that is for the best. Thank you.
You are muted.
Bethari is currently a big purple blob. They're gonna go over and I guess just ooze over it, and then the ooze recedes and the sword's just gone, and then they just flop. I don't understand how they travel in their base form really, but it's just.
I imagine it's like pseudopods.
Yeah, just.
Ah, a worthy wielder.
Could you imagine?
This is.
Yes! Oh, yeah. So it kind of squelches over the blade and just, like, absorbs it into itself.
Fair enough.
Turns into a chest and just burps.
But there is one last among you, which rolled a very well. So,
The 182.
without further ado, Joaquin, in your no, I gotta change the music because this is a little too sinister for what you find. Like, it was a little too much. I don't want that either. Let's do. This is the problem. I sorted it by mood.
I heard that first note and thought it was Black Parade.
That would have been great. When I was a young sorcerer, you head towards the section of the carnival that was housed for the animals. A part that you hadn't really ventured into while investigating the carnival, looking more at the games. But you spot a set of pale white Pegasuses. They are attached to a gilded... They have like a gilded kind of collar that's attached to this chariot. The chariot itself, the wheels are emblazoned with flames. And it has like a gold filigree along like this cherry wood make. And the Pegasuses are just kind of like nuzzling each other and just like kind of just waiting. And as you approach, they kind of snort in that horse-like manner and then kind of like cant their gaze towards you.
Oh. Do I know much about Pegasi?
You could roll me a either religion or a nature check, your pick.
I'm far better at religions. Let's give that a go. Okay. That's a 21 total.
21. You look at these animals, and some of your teachings, growing up, kind of come to the forefront. The first, that Pegasus, or Pegasi, trace their origins to the Olympian glades of Arborea. They are celestial in nature. They mate for life, always being paired. You can recall, that Pegasi are highly prized as, like, being swift and reliable steeds. They're less temperamental than griffins or hippogriffs. But they also are featured in a lot of, noble tales of celestial warriors riding Pegasuses, battling, dragons, aflight. It is rare for them to be on the material plane, at least in this area of the material plane, as they typically build their nests in high-to-reach locations.
Yeah, he lets out a bit of a surprised chuckle at this. Like, all right. Take off the circlet of human perfection and regain his celestial Azamar form. Walk up, inspect a bit. Maybe you reach up. Hey, you got stuck here too, huh?
The horses kind of shake their head like in that little horse manner as you kind of approach, and then eye you, and there is kind of a slow nod with like a blink. These are intelligent creatures, and you definitely can understand that they can understand what you are saying. One of them looks up to the sky, then looks back to its partner, and then they both kind of look towards the chariot. And then they look to you as they kind of ruffle their wings.
Well, can the chariot fly along with you, then? Interesting. Would you be willing to carry me and my friends where we need to go? We were able to clear out this carnival for you.
There's a nod. The chariot itself looks like it could probably carry 3 people on it just by itself.
A small chariot, 3 in the chariot, and then could one person ride on each Pegasi?
If they're pulling the
Seem like-
chariot, probably not. But you do know that Sinra has her mount as well. And then you do have a wagon and a horse that you came here with. But you definitely could have everyone on a mount.
Okay, but we couldn't have everyone flying through the air.
I don't know how many of you have capabilities of flying. I think a few of you already have the capabilities.
We're very limited time. But
Let's see. Let me pull up the stats for the chariot real quick. It doesn't specify how many people can be on the chariot. Or a weight limit, and it's a magical item. Heck it! We'll say 4 people can be carried. We'll make this convenient.
wow, that's crazy.
I mean, Brodus is half a person, really, in size.
Well, all right. We'll go over and inspect the chariot and see if there's anything already in it.
There
it's
are
not them.
3 javelins. Each one looks like a, they're all kind of, set in like a jar that kind of is tied and fastened to the side. But the blades of the javelins look like lightning bolts.
Stylish. And
And that is all that's really in the chariot itself. But it is radiating magic.
all right. I think we should head on back so that you can meet my friends and our friends now, hopefully. I'll go around if there's any brakes currently locked on the cart or anything. He'll undo all of that.
Yeah, there's like a simple padlock that's easy enough to remove.
Get up in the chariot and
Grab the
gently
reins.
urge them forward. Yeah.
Do you have a word that you want to say to urge them on?
Joachim is still in a bit of awe at this, I think, after all the stories he's heard. So he'll just, in Celestial, just say, forward, please.
The chariot will move forward with the Pegasus's wings unfurled. That bird-like white plumage kind of unfurling as they take off. The chariot lifting from the ground with them, jostling a bit, but it magically begins to roll. And as it is rolling through the air, the wheels kind of light on fire with the heat of a sunrise or a sunset. Emblazoning through the air as this heat begins to erupt from the device itself, but you feel none of the ill effects. And so in 60 feet of you, there is a bright light, which can be dimmed or turned off at will once you attune. You have all the effects of a flying chariot, with the following 2 effects. While attuned to this chariot, and on it, you gain resistance to fire. Secondly, 3 times per day, you may use the flaming. Is it flaming ray or ray of scorching ray? Yes, you may use scorching ray 3 times per day while astride the chariot.
Okay.
They are cast at 4th level.
Oh, it's a lot of blasting.
And as such, the rest of you kind of reconvene after that, I assume. With all your devices. Some cool watches.
Oh.
Yes,
Bro-
Brodus.
Bruce is just gonna see all them with their cool items and me being like, so I didn't know what we were looking for, but found some clothes. They seem magical. Yeah. But
What
I
size
guess-
are they?
yours. Just not even checking, just guessing, and just kind of hands them over to Zadar and just being like, but would have known I would have gone for the chariot.
I rolled. It's some slightly demented laughing, slightly delirious laughing as you hear this light coming in and landing.
Yeah.
Yes, that does seem a lot cooler than this.
Well, it's trousers and a shirt and some sandals.
Do they talk?
No.
Ah, okay.
Why would trousers and sandals talk?
I asked myself, why would a sword need to talk? And I've encountered one. It is,
And did you talk back to it?
yes, I don't think it likes me.
I mean, how could it not? You are the wonderful Zosh.
Thank you. I am not much of a sword person, though. I think it was looking for somebody to chop off heads with it, and that's not my forte.
I would imagine if most swords could speak, that they would have similar interests.
Not
Fair,
track-
very fair.
True. I mean, if it were a dagger, maybe not, but like, a sword, yeah.
For example, Sinra, does your sword hunger for the flesh of your enemies?
No, it does not hunger for the flesh of enemies.
No, thought I'd ask. So it's just you then, or
Yes.
I thought so.
Eh. To each their own.
Salazar, I have some clothing for you.
Salazar the
It's a
Magnanimous
gift.
has no need of these paltry gifts.
They're magical clothing, though.
Ha! Your feeble material plane eyes bewitch you. These are not but common clothing.
No.
Perhaps,
I swear they're magical. I felt them.
perhaps you should test their efficacy with your scimitar.
Ha ha! Salazar the Magnanimous shall eagerly slay. And he just like swipes and just cuts these clothings to ribbons.
Well, they're not that magical.
He laughs
but they-
victoriously over you in a boisterous voice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that's one magic item that we'll never get back.
We'll see. Perhaps the magic is that it will magically reform.
Mend itself?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't try that.
I'll just leave it on the floor there. And we'll check on it in the morning, maybe.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
probably take some time. Yes.
Yes, there was a lot that's been made into many pieces.
So, yeah. I think we all know who the winner was in this.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. We don't even need to say it.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
But if someone wanted to say it,
Joachim, how you doing over there with those Pegasi?
I admit this is pretty great.
Yeah.
Pulls out a spear that lights on fire in his hand. Yeah. Gently puts it back.
so you just found that just kind of sitting around, huh? It's just kind of out there.
Apparently, they're legendary creatures, very noble in intelligence. So unfortunately, they can't speak, but glad they were at least willing to help me out and help us out.
But it was just sitting there, like,
Just out there for anybody to take.
why wasn't this a prize we could win?
It did have a padlock on it.
Ooh, a padlock.
Hmm. Well, it does all fit your aesthetic. For whatever that's worth.
Thank you, I think. But yeah,
Well-
it certainly.
Looks like it's time for bed almost. Certainly time for you to get back in the bottle.
Salazar the Magnanimous is already going. You do not need to tell him twice.
Didn't he only told you once?
Salazar the Magnanimous just fizzles into like ashy smoke. Just goes into the bottle. It like stoppers up itself as he goes in. It's like a teenager slamming shut their like their door. They're like, "Get out, mom!"
The bottle shakes a little bit.
Leaving the group of you, your newfound Pegasus friends, your Eladrin companion is where you last left him. So,
Totally forgot about them.
I assume that he's chatting with some of the individuals that have been freed from the curse of the fair and the carnival. So,
Curious. After defeating or like freeing the carnival, does he feel any different?
that sounds like a conversation maybe you'd want to have
Hello?
with them.
Graham?
Uh-oh. Dear Zoom, what's going on? All right, we're going to go to a quick break. So I'll see you all soon.
Oh, there it goes.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Did you by chance hear my question? Oh.
Oh?
Welcome back.
Hmm.
I guess I are too powerful.
Yeah, when you were saying Pegasi, I was in my mind like, no, Pegasus is wrong.
All right, we're
That's
back.
too many S's.
Pegasus. God, imagine
Pegasus.
saying sussy Pegasuses. Sultry. Oh God. We'll figure it out. That's a tongue twister. All
Oh,
over.
tongue twister.
That's too much for me.
So, to repeat my question in case it cut out, being that we have defeated the carnival, freed the carnival.
Defeated the carnival.
Yes, it was no match for our might.
We really showed that last
But our Eladrin companion,
Yeah,
do they feel any different?
that sounds like a conversation you could probably have with them. Like, unless you're trying to just insight it, be like, do they look different? Like, do they feel like a weight's lifted off them? You know, the options yours. I'm willing to play ball with whatever you want, but God, we're a little silly tonight. You can tell we haven't played for a while. We've got Rolex shakedowns and everything.
I guess I'll talk to him, ask him how he's doing.
Sure. God, now I don't
dying.
remember what his name was.
Uh,
Kylan, right?
no idea.
Kylan.
You know, I could have said any name and no one would have remembered.
Well,
No.
Kylan, Kylan.
Yes.
Kylan.
Yes. Hello. I'm sorry. I was lost in my thoughts. How can I help you?
So now that the carnival is, free, do you feel any different?
I mean, I feel like people are saved. It is a lot of emotions that I am feeling. After all, you did bring Mortimer, the one who brought misfortune to my home, to justice. But much like a bittersweet melody, I can't truly feel the levity of many here, knowing what befell my friends and my people.
I guess the better question to ask is the state that we originally found you in. Do you feel like what we have done here may have righted what was before?
I think what you've done here has righted a lot of things for a lot of people. I don't have the insight to the gods or to the machinations of the world at large, but I do feel that because of what all of you and your friends did today, that things have been changed for the better.
I'll take it as a win.
It does seem like a win to me, yeah. I only hope in the future seasons I will continue. My levity and my happiness will grow. But I have a lot to think about.
Great to hear.
How do you feel?
Well,
Brothers?
I wasn't. I feel great. Let's just say that I had taken it in on what had happened to you and the fellow Eladrin, and was checking in on you to
You have a good heart, Brodus. I appreciate you checking in. Oftentimes, we forget to pay attention to the emotions and the cares of those close to us when the worries of the world weigh on them. That is a gift.
Glad to hear. He's just gonna pat him on the back, go grab a nail. In Bros's mind, did not get a single answer he was looking for. what Brodus was essentially trying to ask him is like, hey, yo, I know this Black Ichor stuff happened to you and your friends, and do you feel like, us, freeing the carnival had any weight on that? No, yeah, no. And he's just like, you made a lot of people feel great. And I'm like, not the answer.
Hey, some people just don't know. No matter what answer I gave you, it may not have been satisfying.
No, Bros was just like, great, I made him feel good.
That's a
and
win.
I am leaving the conversation now. Bye.
Yeah. As you head back to the group, the rest of the night is all of yours. If you want to have any last-minute chats, I like to imagine that there's a bonfire going, that some of the carnival workers that have still stayed, and some of the patrons of the carnival have kind of are having a last hurrah. They are celebrating the freedom that you brought. There's drinks being served at the little makeshift tavern. There is a levity here that was missing from the high risks of the carnival itself. There are people laughing, celebrating, much like the harvest festivals that many of you grew up with. It is that close-knit community that you kind of get a sense of as they're all celebrating. And the night is yours. If there's any last conversations you'd like to have, or if you would like to just rest and begin the next day, I leave it to you.
I'm open.
I'm good.
Okay. Zah,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Just before Zosh goes to bed, when they make sure people aren't looking, they go over and quickly cast mending on the clothes.
It takes a few
Yeah.
tries, but the ribboned clothing does mend. The cuts were very clean.
Great.
And after maybe 2 minutes of magical work, they're good as new. They are still common traveling clothing.
Not anymore. They're magical.
You're right. Now they're mended traveling clothing. My bad. But let's change our music and start the morning.
Say one little thing
Oh.
some might notice is the festivities start up and Joachim puts the circlet back on, and as soon as he becomes the bearded human again, the mask that you all saw when you first met him immediately is on, and he's like relaxing and partying and being that hero figure. And then at the end of the night, he turns back to the cart, a little bit nervous, but goes back and takes off the circlet before going to bed.
All right. Let's get our morning music. Can all of you roll me just a flat d20?
I can always.
I feel like I haven't tortured you this session.
I don't.
Any bonuses or
Nope, just a flat d20. We're gonna see who gets
6.
a dream.
6.
I got 18.
I got 19.
All right. Well, all
No.
right. Let's get that music. This will be fun.
Oh no.
Actually, I want different music. I like that music, but it's not. There we go. Joachim. Brodus. Your eyes close after the various drinks, the handshakes, the merriment of the night fades as the two of you settle in for the night. It seems after but a moment of rest, when that weariness of the world has finally slaked off and you feel yourself drifting, the two of you open your eyes and you are standing on a familiar set of stairs.
Do we see each other?
You see each other.
Oh. Yo, why are we back here?
Is Joachim wearing the circlet and in his human disguise, or is he himself?
You are yourself. However you would see yourself when you dream. Examine that from a psychological perspective, if you will.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
So, whatever your sense of self would be.
Hi.
I thought we were done with this.
Me too.
Are the skies around us dark?
So, glad of you to ask. So, the
Oh,
sky is, again, you have that blackened sun like an eclipse. At the start of the ritual, how it was kind of a event horizon. That blackened eclipse of a sun staring at you, enlarged like a red giant. The stairs leading up to that cracked and crumbling altar. Mortimer is not here. You do not hear the chanting, but it is the steps leading up to the altar itself. You do not see the tendrils either coming out of the sun. It is a cold warmth.
Brodus is going to just pinch Joachim just to see if it's a dream.
You don't feel anything.
I don't think he even reacts. He doesn't notice you doing that. He's just looking around. So that's how you know it didn't turn.
Brodus goes to pinch again. If he still doesn't feel it, Brodus is going to try and, sock him in the arm.
Yeah, there is no feeling. And it's the weirdest sensation is when you touch him, you also don't feel him. Like, your fingertips are not translating.
Joachim, I can't feel you. Sorry. I tried hitting you and pinching you. I can't feel you.
Oh. Oh. That's great.
Wait.
So, might be a
Is it?
dream, or we might be between planes again, or... No, in between planes we were able to eat.
Did we die? All I remember last night was the party and then going to bed. Did we, drink something bad, now we're dead?
We weren't the only ones. If we did, we wouldn't be here alone.
Well, we're not. We're here together.
I meant there'd be others beside us.
Fair. Unless we only drank the thing that would kill us, Odds of that are kind of low, but
No, don't think that happened.
So do you think we gotta go up?
Seems the right way. Don't want to, but I'll look, just in case, I'll look down the staircase
There's
and see
nothing.
if there's anything.
The first step you took is the base step. There's just black void. Almost like... have you ever been to the astral plane?
This
maybe
Brodus
briefly.
has not.
Very briefly. So you would get the sense that this kind of is reminiscent of the astral plane to a degree.
Brodus is gonna start taking some steps up,
Mm-hmm.
and then wants to look back to make sure he's making progress, and he's just not taking steps and getting nowhere.
Ooh. You take the first few steps and you are moving. You can see the distance between you and Joachim. Like, there is a noticeable difference as you are moving, and until Joachim starts moving, that's not going to close.
Yeah.
But to the top of the altar looks the same distance.
Oh.
But also, if you recall, it was like 600 steps of stairs, so I mean, from your perspective, it may just be that. But you do hear a voice as you start taking those steps, both of you.
Okay.
Children of the blackened sun. I thought I felt your touch. The schemes, the unraveling fabrics. I've felt your presence before.
And who might you be then?
I am no one. I am nothing.
You got any more to that, or how do you know us, but we can't know you?
I know you because I am in so small part. You. I am the shadow in the cracks of the door. The smile at others' misfortune. I am the instinctual jump into bed when the lights go out.
Brodus is gonna take his axe out and light it up.
You feel these stairs kind of light up, and if it brings you some semblance of control, that's up to you. That's up to you. But there is no change. We have danced before. Many times. But this is the first time you have angered me. You think stopping my machinations here changes anything? You think that you presume to know what your actions wrought? Oh, gallivanting heroes. I am the endless void. You cannot stop the inevitable.
Yet, if it was enough to make you angry, I'd say it did more than I expected. And so I'm satisfied.
I mean, if we can stop it now, we could continue to stop it. at least pause the inevitable.
It is almost admirable that you think pausing is a win. My hunger is limitless. My facets of reach endless. You may stop me here, but I will get to everywhere else until you are the single light that remains. And then I shall claim you. O brave star, foolish light, you glow, but you do not know what you beacon.
Well, I mean, I won't ever have all the answers, but from what I've learned from, well, this is only one of my friends, but the others as well as, you know, there is meaning behind this. And therefore, you think that you can end everything, but you saw here that we can stop you, but can you stop us?
Let me roll something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the top of the stairs, you feel your feet, almost like the stairs kind of compound in. And you are standing almost imperceptibly at the top. In an instant. As you stare over that sunless void. And you see silhouettes. Standing, hovering, above the expanse. They are probably about 300, 400 feet out, but they are unmistakable. At first, you see Brodus. Not you, Brodus, but another Brodus. Then another one behind him. Another one. Each one dead, corrupted. A myriad of fates having befallen them. Joachim, you see yourself, some corrupted, converted, some dead, and you see your companions. Each one.
Was it from what Brodus can see, the versions of himself and the companions that are being shown to us, does it look like something has been almost is physically there in this dream reality, or that something is not there, but it is just an image of something?
So I will say this. Roll me an insight check. I'm going to give you something regardless, just for asking a great question.
Ooh, holy shit. 16 plus 6.
22! Highest roll for Brodus! 3 seasons in! 22. So, they are not physically here.
Okay.
But the terrifying thing is, even seeing this, you get the feeling that these are all real Brodus's, potentially from realities that have already been devoured, or which you have already failed.
Okay. Brodus is going to sit there and attempt to do something. No guarantee he can actually do it. But is going to sit there and say, well, until we meet again. And he's going to cast the sunbeam from his dust blade at the eclipsed sun.
The sunbeam blasts out.
Essentially, what he's trying to do is he's trying to get the last word and end the dream.
The sunbeam emerges from your weapon, blasting through this black polar that kind of hangs out of the sun. And for a brief moment, it draws out the natural light of the sun that has been blackened and covered. And the two of you wake up. It is 8 hours later. You feel refreshed. And the morning is yours.
Well then.
And they said I couldn't torture you today in this session.
Bros is gonna get up, get his things packed, and go down for breakfast. And just he's sitting there eating in silence, but that dream cycle is just replaying on repeat.
On the bright side, you know, the best cure for a bad dream is extra bacon. And Rue slaps some slabs of bacon onto your plate. And you see Magfiel, you see Gullineth, you see oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Beldis, and you see Tansy, and they all just go, we're headed out today. Don't know where you're headed. We're headed to the Crystal Caverns. In that direction.
Good luck on getting there. I hear the travel is quite treacherous.
Yes, Sash?
The Crystal Caverns. What do you expect to find there?
Not sure. Beldis, his family lives there. And we have some business with the Assyrian Empire.
Mm.
So perhaps we'll go that way.
Okay. Just curious.
Do you need us to do anything while we're there?
If you wouldn't mind, if you get to the Crystal Caverns, if you happen to see a family of Leonin, if you wouldn't mind checking to make sure they're all right.
Maggie offers a nod and just goes, Of course.
Thank you.
Well, safe travels. It's been an honor to meet you. We'll be
Hey,
keeping an eye out.
Likewise. Yous all keep out of trouble. Don't be, fighting any more, face centaur.
Right.
Golmith just kind of offers like a silent nod.
Don't ever tell me what to do.
But catch you around. Here's a good berry for each of you for the road. Made it myself. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank
And yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Dude.
Just take the
Just
good berry.
turns slightly and sips.
Yeah. Rue just kind of waves off, and they kind of set off. They seem to have acquired a carriage, or like a wagon and like some horses.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got a
everyone
heaping
feel
nice
good.
breakfast of bacon, fresh flapjacks, maple syrup, hash browns,
Oh, what a
roasted
wonderful
tomatoes.
restful night I had. I'm so eager to march to the city today with no worries in my head.
Was
Should we-
surprisingly restful.
Should we... Kylan, do you need our assistance to continue to your village, or...
No, I
Because-
think I can make it.
Are you sure?
You have done so much for me already. I can make it. There are some people here that are traveling that way. When I arrive, I will send word to you on what I find. I know you have a pressing mission.
Right. Well... wish you luck and hope it turns out better than we're hoping.
I hope
Unexpected.
I hope good fortune finds you on every step of your road.
Yeah.
A few people approached me last night while you were partying. They wanted you all to have this, and he slides a pouch that has 400 gold in it, and 2 potions of greater healing.
All right. That's nice. Rose is just going to look across to Joachim and try and connect eyes and see if, like, Rodus knows he remembers what he saw. Does Joachim remember what he saw?
Could you imagine if I had that whole dream sequence and then said you don't remember this when you wake up?
Yeah, Joachim does, like, lock eyes and have that same realization and give you a reluctant nod. Like, I don't want to acknowledge this happened, but it did happen and I have to acknowledge it.
Okay, yeah, Bros is of the same feeling of, like, I don't want to talk about it, but it happened, and it was a thing. At least not, like, this morning. So, do we leave today for Oakledge then?
I can't
Yeah.
think of any reason not to. Or any real reason.
Fair enough. Are we taking, and Bros just kind of looks over He's got his horses in a wagon, and it's like the chariot, or are we taking the well, yeah, you know.
Brodis, didn't you have logs to sell?
It, yeah, but I mean,
Brodis, you cannot shirk your responsibilities.
yes, I have to do that. Yes, so we will take this. I also would not mind in the future borrowing said other chariot to transport logs. It will be quicker.
You could carry maybe half a log if you chop it up well. You can see it's not very large.
It can fit 4 people.
Right, and 4 of us are significantly smaller than a tree.
Brodis, you stand up in the chariot.
Oh. Well, nah.
You talked me out of it.
It's like, now I feel dumb. I'm done on this conversation.
I will ride with you.
All right.
Join
So me and Zadar, and then like, Zosh, are you riding with me or with the cool chariot? And by that I mean me.
I was going to say that's a very loaded way to ask that question. I will ride with you, Keen.
Okay, so not the cool chariot for Zosh, cool chariot for Zadar. Got it.
I will ride
Right.
on my mount.
Mhm.
Well, nobody asked.
Sinra sounds.
If we're all good, I say we just head out on the road.
Yeah,
Get
we can
going.
fast
Yeah.
forward if you'd like.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah, we can just say you
Yeah.
make it to Oakledge. There are no complications, no issues.
Wow,
you finally
great.
made it.
Oh, thank God.
Before
the
we
city
set
of-
out, though.
What?
You're
All
on your own
less-
flying.
Last
You're
minute
on-
complications.
Oh jeez.
What's the last minute complications?
So as we're still sit down, prepping to go, got a scene. So I'm honored that the Pegasi have traveled with us, but it makes me a bit nervous. Gonna grab a lot more attention than I was expecting. Going into Oakledge. And it'll highlight it faster. It's going to come up regardless, so I think it's all right. You know? My name is Joachim McCullough. Not sure if you heard that name. Where else.
I knew your name was Joachim. I didn't know your last name.
Yeah. But it turns out I'm the heir, apparently.
Heir of what?
The son of Mayor Wittershims, and my parent, patron, whatever else is likely to be nearby there too.
What, some sort of
Hmm.
angel?
I think the term I heard was Archon. Something like that. In the in-between realms, in the mirror, after I got pulled through, he clawed it back open. Speak with me, and said he had plans to make me great and work against the entity.
Which entity?
This is several weeks of this. I can't recall if we called it the
it
Watcher
was
or
against the entity you work for.
yeah.
I should probably start naming them. Like, the Watcher,
Yeah.
the entity. It was the entity you have been working for. From now on, we will call him...
Dave.
Jim. I'm not feeling creative. It's Jim.
Perfect.
Cool.
From now on, whenever there's a Jim, that's the entity.
Okay.
In disguise, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, don't bring that up anymore out loud, maybe. It's not a problem for me personally, necessarily. But they just seem like a powerful creature, and they wouldn't appreciate being worked against openly.
Oh, I'm well aware, based on how they made the in-between realms bleed.
But bleed?
Yeah, there was quite a bit of blood.
Whose blood?
And the mirrors?
The mirror was bleeding.
Mimics, or
When I say that I went through the mirror and it closed behind me, and then my parent forcibly ripped it back open with his own power, I mean that in the most violent way.
Oh.
And this wasn't just, you're sure this wasn't a dream, something you imagined in some capacity?
It was undeniably real.
So do you have some of the blood, or
What color was said blood?
let's talk about the blood more.
I want to say red, but everything was not as simple as it is here, shall we say.
So the mirror was bleeding red. Are we sure we're talking about the same mirror? Because from what was described to me, Josh, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You all said the mirror was a silver substance.
Yes. It was like a mirror. It was a silver mirror it was a portal, but I guess if it closed, then the realms, the different planes, the different realities, I believe, so they can be pierced through, and that's where that blood comes from.
Perhaps.
If I'm understanding.
Okay. Well, how do you feel, Joaquin, about this plan to overthrow Jim?
I think Jim has done more good for me than my father.
So you're going to kill your father.
That's quite a leap.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people in this world that have not done particularly good by me, but to make the leap to then just kill them seems like a bit of a stretch.
if if what you have told me is true, that the entity opposite of the entity that you guys work for, if you guys are trying to save the universe, the opposite of that would be killing the universe. So you'd be killing the one that kills the universe.
Yes.
Huh.
Bros is not. He hasn't done the time travel, like realm jumping, so he has no idea what he's talking about.
We need a white board. So as my understanding, there are 3 entities at play here now. There's Jim, there's Anti-Jim, who is represented by Black Ichor that blots out the sun, and then now there is Joachim's father or parent. Or are the last 2 one and the same?
I don't know. I suppose I should ask, did they feel the same in any way, shape, or form?
They seem different.
Okay.
Look at these looks like so.
Great.
That is so vague.
What do you want from me?
I want all the answers.
Yeah, please confirm my hunches.
Just saying.
Tell me the full plot for the rest of the campaign.
We've been on this train for 3 years. Please.
Mhm.
No, they seem like different beings. I will say that. When you have encountered the Ichor, it has not given off a celestial kind of aura. Your patron did. Or not patron, but your father did. So, to a degree, they are not the same. Inherently. So, whatever leaps or accusations or guesses you want to apply, that's up to you. That's a you problem. But I will say you did not get the same feeling.
I love how you say, to a degree, they are not the same. Like,
I'm gonna give as many ambiguous words as I can.
I was gonna say this is definitely the players are bumping up against something we're not supposed to know.
You think I planned that far ahead? Like, I have to be ambiguous because I did not keep notes.
Had it all thought.
I did not keep notes. I'm gonna be ambiguous. So 17 sessions from now, you don't go, well, actually, Graham, you said in episode 83 that this was the same. And then I go, oh.
Oh, did I?
Oh, my bad.
So later you can just say, ha, Joachim's parent is the Ichor with a mustache drawn on it.
Oh, the whole time.
No,
right.
I mean,
Okay.
it really is the hero's journey, though. It's like every hero needs to kill their own father. You've got Luke Skywalker. You got Perseus. You got...
Whoa. Spoilers. For Perseus.
not for Star Wars. For Perseus.
Everyone's
getting
seen
around
Star
to that. I was getting around to Perseus.
It's the hero's journey. Is you've got to kill your parents.
And actually, Luke doesn't kill his own father.
It's true. Technically, he dies of complications due to the lightning from Palpatine.
Oh, but doesn't he know?
I wait.
You could argue that Anakin dies and
Luke was the catalyst.
Darth Vader is born because
You can argue that Obi-Wan is the one that killed him due to complications lasting like 20, 30 minutes.
I mean, that's fair. Oh my god. My favorite parody of Star Wars is like, Obi-Wan is like, yes, I'm going to raise his child in ignorance and train him to kill his own father. Douchebag Obi-Wan.
So that's what's happening to Joachim, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Yep.
Understood.
It
I
sounds
cut
like
him in
we'll
half
have-
and threw him in a volcano. He was my best friend.
We'll probably have a lot more questions for your mother when we get there.
Yeah, that's a thought. But I
Wait,
was hoping to sneak in a little bit in our actual cart, but that's no longer an option. So,
Oh, you could just leave this just out there, just laying around for just anybody to have.
I don't think they'd appreciate that.
Probably not. Do you want one of us to disguise ourselves as you, and then you can sneak yourself in elsewhere? Or if you want to get into the city unseen, I can make it happen for you.
Oh, don't worry. This builds up the circlet. It's kept me well hidden from everyone, including Mortimer, apparently, for the last 20 years. So, be
Good.
fine.
All right. Well, I for one appreciate you being so forthcoming with your deal, your situation.
Mm. It's... And because I'm apparently had no fear then, or just wanted to have a bit of angsty rebellion, I did accept the knowledge from Jim. And so that is now, could feel it physically clashing with the magic from my parentage.
What? What does that mean? I don't do magic.
It's a bit like I had inside me a grand reservoir of holy water for my whole life, and now suddenly I've added a bunch of oil.
wait. So are you saying your parents are the holy water?
Or that
And-
you're a bomb.
Holy water and oil does not make a bomb. That
You
is
only
nice.
you only have one person here that understands magic. The rest of us are like, I don't know what you're talking
I gotcha.
Get it? I'm rambling because I'm terrified.
about.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
When you could explode at any moment, or whatever, then
Joachim is not a bomb. I think it is very important that we at least clear that up. Joachim is not a bomb that I know of.
all right, that
All
you
right.
know of.
That's good. That's a good
Oh,
start.
no.
Well, Brutus, they would know more than us, probably. So,
Oh,
Yeah, I don't deal with magic minus, my axe, but like that's the extent of my
Mhm.
well, consider me reassured.
yeah. Great. So are we leaving for Oakland? Or
I like to imagine you're on the outskirts, like you're in like the farmland surrounding Oakland at this point, at this juncture.
oh, great.
You know,
fair enough.
you can see the city in the distance. It's like an hour's travel, but guards and important people have not seen you.
Great.
That convenient viewpoint.
No distance.
I will also say, Brodus, you do also have a ring of invisibility.
I do. I
Like,
I haven't really done anything with it. It's just there.
like, oh man, it sure would be nice to go into town unseen. Yeah, that would be convenient, wouldn't it? I love it. I love it so much. Gives me no small amount of joy. But, yeah, so you're on the outskirts of Oakledge. People are kind of like traveling down the loamy, well-worn dirt paths going into the city and coming out of it. There's acres and acres of farmland sprawling outside the city, which many of you did not see the first time you came to the city because, it was under siege or about to be. But Zadar, this would look very familiar to you, having arrived in Oakledge prior to the fiasco. It looks very idyllic. It's like this very lush, very warm, bright countryside. Like the Shire on drugs, I guess, is how I imagine it. It's like this idyllic...
Which drugs are we talking about? 'Cause
Use your imagination. Whatever one is your fancy.
It's been blessed by fey magic for the past century plus, so
Yeah.
okay.
But the sun is shining bright. You can see kites and tassels hanging from the parapets and flying in the wind. There's a slight breeze of warm summer air as you make your way to the city. However you mean to do so, whether that is stealthily, whether that is inconspicuous or conspicuous, you arrive at the gate. It is open. There is not there's a presence of guards, but they are overseeing more of the transactions of, incoming goods to the city, where people are checking off, here's what I'm bringing in to sell at the market. There's a carriage or a wagon that's kind of, one of the wheels has fallen off, and there's a bunch of people that have stopped on the side of the road to help, and they're all kind of pushing it as they're trying to get the wheel back onto the spurs. Inside the city itself, you see a market of stalls that have all been set up for the day of trading. Everything ranging from, lumber to, well, not lumber, but of like craft goods, farmed goods. Brodus, you would know exactly where Robin's
Yep.
business is, which is on the second tier of the city.
I'm gonna head this cart straight through, or I check in with the guards. I'm like, I got this. We're gonna take it in, drop it off.
Yep. One of the guards kind of gives you a wave. It's a guard that you've kind of passed through a few times with. Human,
Yep.
mid-20s, dark-skinned. They're dressed in chainmail, wearing the Withershim's tabard, the city guard, and they just go, "Hey, Brodus.
Hey.
Haven't seen you in a few weeks. How's the family?"
They're doing all right. How's your family?
Doing good. I mean, Ma's got a bit of the hay fever. Allergies, I guess. I don't know a lot about it, but everyone's doing fine. Fine as
Hey,
can be.
Net. Next time I come into town, I'll make sure to bring my ma's stew. It'll clear that hay fever right up.
Hey, you know what? You do that, and I promise you, we just got a whole bunch of orders of brand new band saws in the city. I can definitely put in a word for you and see if we can have you going home with that.
All right, let's do that next time.
Sounds like a plan.
And just keeps on
Yeah,
rolling.
he just kind of motions you all into the city. He does give you all kind of a once-over, like, they're not dwarves. But, that's the extent of the questioning. He's like, that's not Brodus's family. But, you're easily ushered through the city. Chariot, Pegasus, all of you. I probably should have dialed up the treatment from the guard of seeing Pegasuses, but... Oh well. But you are able to continue on, and you arrive at the, what is Robin's last name? I am drawing a blank.
Thorn.
Robin Thorn. You come across the Thorn family business. It is this large, mixture of a warehouse and a shop. It has kind of this flat outside patio that's covered by a tent where people can drop off goods. And then, inside the shop itself is where a lot of the commercial business is done. And a lot of the smaller goods are kind of handled. But do you want to describe Robin?
Yeah, so Robin is a halfling. And she's smaller than me. and it's got reddish auburn hair, pulled back, and you know, they have known each other from, you know, Gross's family doing business with her family, and he comes and drops off the goods, and kind of like the extent of talking has been like, hello, here's your order, but like he like in his mind every time he leaves, he's like, yeah, I made a good impression this time.
Yeah. She is dressed in like this very floral pastel dress, and as you kind of come to a stop, she offers like a very friendly wave to all of you and goes, well, hello there.
Afternoon.
You dropping
Hey.
off something, or are you picking up?
Yeah, this is order for you.
Oh,
Oh.
for me.
No,
How
well,
generous.
The your dad's order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just lumber, or
Not the people, the lumber. Yeah.
oh, well, I didn't mean to assume it was the people,
Right.
but yeah. Give me a moment. I can get some of the boys to help you with the lumber. Get that loaded off for you.
Oh, I've got, and Bros just kind of points back at Sinra, and he's like, we'll unload it right here. It's fine.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Just
I mean, this is the first time I've seen you come here without, well, with anybody really.
well, they're friends.
I didn't know you were
Yeah.
so popular.
Yeah. Right, Zadar?
Yeah. Yes, extremely popular.
Yeah.
Known in many worlds.
Well, there's only one world. We all know that. But like, you know,
Well, aren't you a funny punch? Funny punch. You know, this early in the day saying jokes like that, but, you know, just feel free to unload. If you need anything, holler.
yep. And you, good day. What? Have a good day.
You too.
And Ambrose gets down and just like walks to the back.
I've never watched a worse car wreck. Just like Sinra looks at you, and there is just like a look of like Sinra bluntness of like.
Joachim kind of leans forward and talks to the Pegasi. So as probably the only people here who have a stable relationship, what do you two think of those two?
The horses look over at the dwarf and a halfling walking in vastly different directions, and they do like that horse whinny of like, yeah, and kind of just shake their feathers. One of the horses does like a little trot, like that little prancy trot in place.
Yeah. Such a Casanova.
So Bros is gonna have Sinra help him like unload the load, and then like
Brodus, if
yeah.
you like the girl, you need
uh-huh.
to be able to speak.
I did.
You did not speak well.
I
Sasha,
thought I did okay.
Look at
See,
Sasha. Even Sasha's shaking their head. You
Brutus,
did not speak well.
Brutus, I want you to know that I am saying this so that way it is with the goal of you improving. That was painful to watch.
Wait, did I do something wrong?
You didn't do anything wrong. You just also didn't do anything right.
All right, I did okay.
That is a very low bar. That is a very low bar. You can do better. I know you can.
Is it that you got that you got nerves?
Yeah.
Brutus, I saw you fight an ogre and a hydra, but you cannot talk to it. One halfling.
Yeah.
Fighting a hydra must be so much more scary than talking to her.
No.
Okay. We all have our strong points and our weak points, and we can help you with this weak point.
Brodus, upon putting the last log down, is going to do the pretend to tie his shoe, but then as stealthily as possible without his party seeing, try to slip that note he had for her into the log stack.
Roll a sleight of hands.
Oh
we'll
no!
We'll go off
Oh,
people's
no,
passive
no,
perception
no.
unless someone is actively
Bros is not smooth about this at all. He I got a 4 in total.
I think
So,
everyone sees, even
bro-
Sinro with her passive of 9.
Bros goes to slip the letter in and also knocks down 3 logs that he has to put back. All right, off to the next stop. Where are we going?
Need a drink after that.
Yep.
So let us secure a stable and perhaps a place of rest, and then we can reconvene for what we do next.
Yep, done. Yep, let's go. And just head straight to the stables.
And I think that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Is all of you securing a place of work and rest. So, oh gosh, we made it. Look at that. That wasn't too painful. We had some laughs. We had some goofs.
We had so many laughs.
So many
Somehow
laughs.
talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, we had it all this session.
This is what happens when Pharaoh doesn't rein us in.
It really is. I wasn't gonna say it, but you're absolutely true. But, hello everybody. Thank you so much for all of you joining us and tuning in. It's an absolute delight to see you. First and foremost, my name is Graham, or Graham Crackers. If this is your first time tuning in, here at Graham Crackers, we're all about making memories with friends, and I had the absolute delight of being your DM tonight. But, enough about me. I'd love to know a whole bunch about my lovely, lovely cast. So I'd love to know 3 things. Who are they? Where can we find them? And what are some projects or cool things they're working on that we can support? As for me, you can find me here next Tuesday, DMing Anarion's Rest, our other D&D 5e homebrew campaign. Outside of that, you can also find me in October on Sword and Key, where I will be in the Lycanthrope game, guest starring for charity. So that'll be a super cool adventure, and I will have more about that next week. But, outside that, you can't find me anywhere. Except for here. So, onward to the more impressive, much more entertaining cast.
Hi. It's me. I'm Vinny. I played Zadar, the Dragonborn Beast Haro, the mimic companion named Athari, who has a legendary sword that wants to chop off the heads of the guilty now. And I don't exist.
Great. Moving on. I'm Fox, or TTRPG Fox. I'm a dad now. I don't sleep. I change a lot of diapers. A lot of them are smelly. It's great. And other than that, I'm basically just here. And not that any of you are in the Kansas City area, but October 8th, I think. It's a Sunday. I'm playing in a 6-hour D&D session with multiple tables at Strange Days Brewing Company. So that's where you can find me.
Cool. So I am up next. Hi, I am Izzy, aka Ladylike. I have been playing Zosh. You can find me, unfortunately, still on Twitter while it exists, I guess. I don't know. At NEXODUS99. Currently tweeting about Baldur's Gate 3 because it has a grip on my brain. Yeah. You can also find me the games that I make, ladylike.itch.io. I just released a new game fairly recently called Dueling Truths. 2 players facing off against one another in a very tense conversation. Very quick, easy to pick up, 1-pager game. Go ahead and support me, please. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Artemis. Today I played Joachim, the trauma-dumping Azamar sorcerer. And you also cannot find me online. Yep.
Nothing to add, just can't find them. Couldn't find your command. I couldn't remember if it was Aramis or if it was your name, and I was like panicking. I was like, oh, it's been too long. All right.
It's been too long, and my name is still misspelled.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it at some point. But, everyone, thank you so much. We will chat with you soon. We're not going to do a raid tonight because, we just aren't. I don't need to explain myself. We're done. We're going to bed. But we hope to see you next week. We should have a new Friday campaign at some point when real life permits. But until then, we will see you all next time. So until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and take care of yourself. It's goodbye for now, not goodbye forever. So we will see you soon. So take care.